What's up, guys? Today I have some very exciting news. Everybody's going to be in DC Universe on Tuesday because let me tell you what's coming. We have a new artifact. We're going to have a long shutdown, unfortunately, on Tuesday after maintenance. But when that server comes up, we should be getting a new artifact. And not only are we getting a new artifact, but we are getting a new sale. Without further ado, let's hop into the video and let's see what this new artifact's about. So, shout out to Meta Knight for posting this video 47 minutes ago. For me, right now, it is 3:50 in the morning. This video was posted at 3 in the morning, but hey, it just woke me up because I am very excited to watch it. Let's go ahead and scan through it. So, they're doing a Wonder Woman event. Event rewards, you get an 80,000 ally favor or your choice for Wonder Woman ally, which can be redeemed on all characters in your account. 80,000 ally favor is approximately 2 packs out of the marketplace, which is essentially $20 worth of marketplace cash that we're going to potentially get for free, which is amazing. The allies you can get as well if you would like to, but I would advise just to get the ally favor. Let's go ahead and skip through this. Let's get to this part here. This is the part that everybody came to this video for. Boom! New artifact, Purified Pages of the Black. This artifact offers high risk, high reward gameplay that empowers tanks, DPSs, and potentially healers through stacking buffs balanced by self-inflicted damage. So, what does that mean? It means that you're gonna inflict damage to yourself, but you're going to buff yourself. Similar to how Amulet worked with the might buff and how Ebon worked, where you take power. This one, you take power, you sacrifice power, you get might buffs. And then there was another artifact called, I think it was Amulet. Let's see. Right here. Amulet, this would be the same thing where you would take damage and it would increase your might. Now, this artifact seems like it's both combined, but 10 times better. Why? Because we're going to go into it. We're going to go into why. Channel neurotic energy to trade health for immense power. While above 50% health, and keep this in mind, you have to be above 50% health, you gain stacks of edict. Each second increasing your stats, but inflicting self-damage in return. So, you sacrifice your health, you get stats. Quite simple. Okay, you guys are with me. It stacks up to 10%. So the self-damage is to 1% to max health per stack. So that means that it's 10% of total to get the max stacks. And then bonuses per stack. Keyword, per stack. And there's 10 stacks. So if you're max stacks, you got to multiply all of this by 10. You're getting essentially 3% vit, precision, resto, and defense. But you're also getting 4% incoming heals and might. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. When you multiply everything by 10, because there's 10 stacks, we're talking about 30% vit, 30% precision, 30% resto, 30% defense, 45% additional incoming heals, and 45% incoming might. Now, when I show you the gameplay, it's going to scare you a bit, but we're going to get back to this point here. But let's just again, you're getting 30% precision buff, and you're getting 45% might buff. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, the two sub effects, this is additional, enhanced survivability and offense. You're going to when you activate a weapon buff, it grants 35 precision for 14 seconds and a 5% immunity to self damage. So I believe it's gonna stop. It's gonna stall that self damage for 5 seconds. But then here's where it gets even crazier. We're gonna touch back on this. If you activate a shield, it reflects damage equal to 20% of your precision for 24 seconds. And it provides 12 seconds of self-damage immunity and has a 50% cooldown, which is insane. So let's sum all this up here. You're going to get up to 30% precision and up to 45% might. And then on top of that, you're also going to get, if you activate a weapon buff, you're going to get an additional 35% precision for 14 seconds, and you're also going to get 5 seconds of not having to deal with the damage. And then if you activate a shield, you'll do damage equal to the precision that you have, and then you'll also get 12% self-damage with a 15% cooldown. So what does this mean, and what is going to happen to the new meta? What are my predictions? All of these questions you guys might be asking. What arts am I going to need? And I'm going to post this now while the right now there's double Neff metal. Let me tell you guys right now what I think, what my theory is. And if I'm right, I'm right. And we'll find out on Tuesday what it is that's happening. I think that Omega is going out the door. I think Omega could potentially be going out the door, especially for powers. And I know for a fact for powers that build Omega slow. Electric being one of them. As you can see, Electric builds Omega pretty slow, and it's not that beneficial. I think that Omega is not going to be useless. It's still going to be a good artifact, but I think this new art is going to overpower Omega, especially for powers, like I said, that build Omega slowly. If you're a power like Rage, as you guys can see, Rage can build Omega fast. So I think you can probably still get away with using Omega, but I think that powers that build any power that builds the Omega slowly and it's not really that efficient, Omega is just not going to be the move anymore. Now, you may ask, what is going to be the new move? Well, I think that precision may come back, but here's the twist to it. I think that the lasso is still going to be broken, so you're still going to want the lasso. You might potentially want to run a loadout similar to this, where you have the lasso. You're going to use your weapon mastery or brawling, because obviously brawling is the weapon mastery. Clipping these three to activate the shield mechanic of the artifact, and then using the rest to clip. Now, here's the cool thing. A lot of people don't know this, but there's also a back mod that resets your shield. That's what it just did. That's why I got my shield twice. So you can actually probably have a double effect with the shield, or simply use it to have an extra clip. But this is potentially the loadout that I'm looking at potentially being the case, or instead of Spore Pod, you would run Arc Lightning, for example, for Elec. And I would use, instead of Vortex Trap, I'd probably use Dervish, but I don't have it unlocked. And Vortex is simply just for extra clip when doing the weapon mastery. But I think the meta is going to go back to precision. There's a lot of ads in this content, and you have to be very fast. The bad thing about Omega is that Omega, you can easily get canceled out of the animation, or sometimes the ads die while you're in mid Omega, so you don't get the full effect. That won't be the case with precision. Precision is fast and doesn't have downtime, so you can just go boom, 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 and get right through it. Now, in regards to artifacts, I think Candle is going to probably potentially be scraped, and I think the new arts it's going to be Totem, and then the new art. I think that this is going to be potentially the new setup. If you're not using Venom Wrist, you could maybe use Sinestro Ring. If you don't need Venom Wrist, you can maybe use Sinestro Ring. But I'm thinking this is the setup: Sinestro Ring, Soul Cloak, EOG, Totem, and then the new artifact. That is what I think is going to be the new setup. Or it's going to be Venom Wrist, Soul Cloak, EOG, Totem. So, with that being said, if you guys do not have these given artifacts, especially the Totem is going to be a must-have for precision. Make sure you guys are leveling it while there's 2x Neff metal right now. Make sure you guys are getting that Totem artifact. And if you really want to go the extra mile, get the Venom Wrist, because the Venom Wrist also increases your precision. So your precision is just going to go through the roof. Mind you, the self-reflecting damage of the shield is based on your precision. So the higher your precision is, the higher the stats. Now, in regards to allies, in case anyone's going to ask, I think that in regards to allies, we're looking at potentially Static and Flash, and maybe, which is unfortunate because I don't think I have it on any of my character, potentially Blue Beetle, but I don't think so, not at least not for this raid. But the good thing about Blue Beetle that he has is his passive ability. Activating a weapon buff resets your combo counter and increases your critical chance for 12 seconds. So that Blue Beetle ally could be good because if you get a high crit chance, I think if you get 60 plus of a counter, a weapon attack counter, you get a 4% crit chance. So that could be good, but honestly, I think the best option is just going to be simply Static and flash and just spam. You're still going to be able to spam supercharges back to back to back. So if you do, most people should have static and flash. I think that's going to be the setup on allies. And then, like I said, I already brought up the arts. I think it's going to be Venom Wrist, Soul Cloak, EOG, Totem, and the new artifact. And potentially, you could maybe use Sinestro Ring instead of the Venom Wrist. But those are my thoughts. I think Precision will overwhelm Might. I do think we're still going to use Lasso. You're still going to use Lasso, by the way. Lasso is still going to be used. I just think Omega is going to be what is going to be taken out. You're basically going to use your weapon mastery, and you're going to use your lasso, and that's going to be the new meta that's going to be coming on Tuesday. But without further ado, make sure you guys are all subscribing. Make sure you guys are all following me on Twitch. On Tuesday, the moment that server comes up, I will be literally wolf packing the artifact and getting it to level 200. So make sure you guys are on stream if you guys would like to see live gameplay, if you guys want to see if it's worth buying, and if you guys would like to see how good it is, make sure you guys are there. But without further ado, let me know down below what your thoughts are. But from my thoughts, I think this art's going to be insanely broken. I think it's going to be insanely broken, and if you don't have it, you might be cooked. But we shall see on Tuesday, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one, guys.